everybody. One of Ways Mirror 2:25 in the morning after the Super Bowl. Getting pretty tired here, but what we've done, we've been checking out Splat. She had fantastic base upgrades and two paths that seemed so similar. I honestly didn't know what to do, and so we kind of covered the issues at the start, like in terms of trying to decide what they are. Took Abstract Designer first, obviously hoping the Prolific Painter would turn out to suit me better. Really like Abstract Designer, particularly the first upgrade there was the Running Colors. Graffiti Gruff is pretty cool too. I kind of liked the look of the monster on Prolific Painter a little bit better, so that kind of weighed into it. The other thing, really fond of the primary attack, the combo stuff. I think it's quite efficient. Again, it's like 200 plus cumulatively. And so while the reaching out with the tertiary attack, kind of to damage enemies like that would have been, something to consider. The way I saw myself using that would be to throw that down, come over here and stand behind it and start launching my secondary. And so where that kind of led me to was the point where, like, would I be better off just using the upgraded secondary attack in conjunction with the pretty good primary and still having the base upgrade versions of the tertiary attack? And I decided the tertiary attack was good enough as is, that it was interesting to me to upgrade the secondary attack. Plus, again, they're so similar, the monster. So cool. It looked cooler to me, the monster. So we'll have to see what kind of damage they do, how long they last. That's the main thing. But what I'm gonna do right now is coming here. I've never gotten to use Skylander Tutor. We've had it forever, and I've either had two of the, like an alt deco version or something along those lines. Nightfall was gonna be my test subject, and for whatever reason, she just didn't save the first path we took, so we did the second one. But the money that you need to do with a full discount, 10 Wing Sapphires 20%, you need 55.20 to buy the 1, 2, 3. I assume we have to buy them. If they give them to us, that's great. And then the other question is, what happens if I switch paths again? Do I already have them, or do I have to repurchase them? I don't know, because I've never gotten used to Skylander Tutor. So this will be a learning experience here. Hopefully one that we enjoy. Let's go ahead and come in.
Are you ready for a new magical upgrade?
Alright, so as you can see, she's totally maxed out here down the bottom path, which is again the Abstract Designer. For most people, and they're so flippin' similar, these paths, particularly with the Soul Gem. If you're watching this one first, I won't tell you what to do. It'll be a surprise to you that way. But I think for most people, it'll come down to which monster is better, or which one you like the looks of better. This guy looked really cool, but I was more intrigued by this one. So, plus I kind of explained, like, my logic that with Scapegoat, I felt that the tertiary attack, I could still do my strategy of throw it down and resort to the secondary attack, but by taking Prolific Painter, I will have an increased and enhanced secondary attack with a cool monster. So now we just have to see if what we did was right. And I've never done it, but we're going to press Y, and it's technically Skylander Tutor. I know we've been able to change upgrade paths in the past, but I don't know how Skylander Tutor is going to do it, so let's check it out. Okay, so that's all it did. Let's back out. Okay, so I still have this. I still have that. Let's press, so that's good. If you accidentally press Y or whatever button it is on your console, don't freak out and just cancel escape, do something, and you're fine. So let's press it again. I'm assuming now if I select Abstract Designer, we'll just still have it, right? Because we've never really left it. So let's check that first. Maybe not. Okay, no, it still has it registered to us. So now what we need to do, we still have the same money. We didn't get penalized, did he? This time we're really gonna do it. We're gonna click Prolific Painter. There's the same warning. Oh. Okay, so it took that away. Took the bottom path away. So before we spend any money, let's just get this out of the way. I'll retest it later. We still keep the Soul Gem though, so that's fantastic news. I'm going to press Y, and we're going to select Abstract Designer. and see if it gives it back to us, or if we would have to purchase all of those upgrades again. Ahaha! Okay, so that's good. And now, here we go. We're gonna switch upgrade path, and we're really gonna stay on Prolific Painter and start buying it this time, so don't click away. Or will we? Yes, we will. So, alright, here we go. It is, it's gonna be wet paint with our, won't the price show up there? Okay, there it is. I don't know why it wasn't there. Was it there the first time? I don't think it was. Anyway, it is now, so $13.60 is what we've got, or what we need, I should say. Hold B and release to throw a huge explosive ink blob that will leave a pool of damaging ink on the ground. Sounds fun, let's buy it.
A new coat of paint.
Oh yeah. Alright, so let's check this out first. And I'm gonna probably do something stupid. But, so standard B, let me get to my spreadsheet here. I have a bad feeling about what I'm thinking about. But, Heave Hue, which has fantastic range, box stock 16 to 24. And then, let's see, Broad Strokes, was that the one that upgraded it? Yes, so we did 20 to 30. 16 to 24 became 20 to 30. Let's make sure we have the same thing. Yeah, we're still doing the same damage. Note the slowness effect from the Soul Gem, though, which I guess we won't have to buy the Soul Gem, but I'll wait till the end to tell you about it, although you probably know now. Anyway, so great range, same damage number in standard format. However, the catch was we need to hold attack 2, and then we're going to throw a giant explosive ink blob that will leave the damaging ink after it. So let's count how long. Mississippi 2, Mississippi. I think it would have been ready after 2, so that one, that cloud is gone.
Yeah!
25. Nice. Oh, this is good. Okay. Wet paint is going to do 25 to 38 with an explosion. 25 to 38. Explosion. And then they called it what ink? I have such a hard time. Ink blob. That's what they're calling it. And it's going to do 10 to 15, and I think it did it 9 plus times. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Yeah!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times? This is fantastic. Ink blob, 10 to 15. 11 times. That is insane. Alright, so worst case scenario, alright? That's 110 from the ink blob. Plus 50 from the impact and the explosion. That's 160. And that is cute. And then we can spam it, right?
Yeah!
Oh yeah, I picked the best plan. This just is gonna suit my playstyle better, man. That is cool. Okay. This is awesome. And we get some sweet monster at the end. Okay, so pay attention to the size here. It almost fills up that stairwell. Let's throw it at the dummy now. We'll wait for that cloud to expire so it doesn't like throw you off. Let's check out the radius. We might actually need to go up here to get a good feel for it. I feel like that's overlapping into the background a little bit, and I want to have like a decent idea.
Show me what you've got, Skylander!
Radius is.
Yeah!
Alright, so about, I mean, that big. Maybe like from the Greeble dispenser to the edge of the Greeble scorecard. I assume that's the name of that now, because we're probably the only people that use it, let's be honest, but I think it's fantastic. So that's what we needed to do there. Nice radius, but let's see what happens next.
Hello, Extreme!
Actually,
Once
no. I'm
again.
gonna do what I
So
think is
happy
stupid
to
now.
dance with you, even in this time
This
of
might
great
come back to
turmoil and
haunt us.
danger.
But right now, we had the bottom path of Abstract Designer. You saw everything we just did. Now we've purchased one upgrade, Wet Paint here, which I absolutely love on Prolific Painter. But I'm going to switch paths now. And I've just got it now. Okay, let's do the dumb thing for it, not the lesser of the dumb. That sounds stupid. Okay, we're just going to take Prolific Painter again. and nothing should change, and it did not. Here's the kicker though, and I'm worried about this. If I click Abstract Designer, will we have it or will we have to rebuy it? Let's find out. Oh yes! Oh, that is the best thing ever. That is so awesome. Oh, thank you, Vicarious Visions. This is great. If you're on a budget, this is like the greatest thing that could ever happen to you. So let's do it again. I'm gonna change back, and we should, in my opinion, have wet paint. Perfect paint. Yes, this is the greatest thing. This is, I don't want to say it makes up for not having PvP, because nothing does, but this is a huge deal. In the past, when you could switch upgrade paths, you had to like rebuy it every time, you know. Skylander Tutor said you could switch paths, and I just thought it would be kind of like you have to get to level 74 to earn the ability to do that, blah 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 blah. Oh no, it's awesome. So essentially, say that I take this path, and it sucks, and we hate it, and it's the worst thing ever, and we're so unhappy, and we're depressed, and we don't go to school or work for 3 days because we can't live with our decisions. All you have to do is get to level 74, acquire Skylander Tutor, and you can switch for free. That's so cool. Oh man, this is very exciting. I'm dead tired. It's 2:36 in the morning after the Super Bowl. I think like probably the amount of queso and tamales I ate probably is making me even more tired than I would be. But this is awesome. I'm so happy. I don't know if I'm conveying it well because of how tired I am. But, oh, it's such a big deal. This is great. This is truly great. Astro Blast, my friend. I don't have your regular version. We're gonna upgrade your legendary self in a few nights. Oh man, I can't tell you how happy I am about this. So it's Skylander Tutor has delivered it. So we would have known this already, but again, for some reason, Nightfall decided not to save our upgrades, and we just redid it that way. That said, canvas the area for 1760. Ink pools created by wet paint are now larger. That's why I had us checking that thing out. So let's go ahead and pick that up. We will check it for increased damage across all aspects, because you never know with this game. Sometimes they'll do that. Like, just, it's not mentioned, but we could go from 20 to 30 on the standard ink blob to 30, you know. Not the case, though, 20 to 30. That's just the soul gem effect there. Now we're going to hold down on it. And again, we were doing 25 to 38. There's a 25-38 explosion, 11 instances of 10 to 15. But the radius here is what we want to pay attention to. Wait, did we just get 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Why do you do this to me? I thought the 10 to 11 was a bit ridiculous, but who am I to complain? However, I will complain about this. You don't take what we had after we purchased an upgrade.
Welcome back to the battle circle, Skylander. You ready to do some serious training?
Let's check the radius here. Radius, not really that much bigger, in my opinion. The only good thing I can say is that with the increased radius, anything in that radius is going to be wrecked.
Stick to the training.
15, but you know, if this was a deal, you might be better off without that. I don't think it's a prerequisite to Shades of Pain. So 25 to 38, not 387. That would make up for it. With 25 to 38 explosion, sounds familiar. It's just like the cell above you. Ink blob, 10 to 15, 5 times. We're not supposed to upgrade to downgrade, you know. That's a buzzkill. 5 times with larger radius. That sucks. Don't buy canvas the area. I couldn't imagine. I mean, in all honesty, it's not like when we initially do it, you know, like the first radius is like this big, and then the next one is like covers this whole area. Oh no. It's like the first one goes from this edge of the staircase to right here, and then the upgrade goes from this edge of the staircase to the other edge of the staircase. That's how minuscule the change is. But what is not minuscule is losing, you know, 50 to 55 points of damage. Or I guess, no, it would be 50 to 75 is just gone. 55 to actually more than that. So, why would they... I've got to do this one more time to make sure. I'm going to hold B for quite a while. We'll walk, we'll turn, we'll do all kinds of things. It's kind of a cool effect there. It would be neat if there was like a few more colors in it. Boom, boom. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing. That is so wrong.
Any place that you go,
wish I could, like,
can reach and
reset
bring you
this
the
not
magical
bypass.
upgrades.
Because it's not a prereq to Shades of Pain. But if you're taking this top path, I honest to gosh, my advice is take wet paint and this and skip canvas the area. Canvas the area, you suck. Your friend, one of wisdom. That said, Shades of Pain, I'm excited to see what this guy looks like, how long it lasts, and more importantly, I guess, what damage it does. If it does 5 to 8 3 times, it's going to be a disappointment. If it does 80, you know, to 120 17 times, it'll be ridiculously awesome and better than Graffiti Proof. So the only way to know is to take it, and we'll have 48 quans left over. And I wish I could give Persephone 48 quans to take away canvas the area. Unfortunately, that's not an option. So hold B and release to throw a huge explosive ink blob that will create a large angry ink monster that attacks nearby enemies. I sure hope so, and I hope he makes up for that cruddy canvas the area attack. So this should be fun regardless.
A new
Even if it
coat of
sucks,
paint.
it should be cool to see. I'll go ahead and tell you what the Soul Gem does if you didn't watch the Abstract Designer path before this one. Enemies hit with ink attacks are now slowed. Literally any ink attack. Basically anything that's not primary, although I think that third step in the primary attack might slow them too. But it lasts roughly 4 seconds and it's just typical slowness type effects. So pretty useful, I guess, given her paths focus solely around ink attacks. But Shades of Pain, I hope you deliver. I had high hopes for you, and don't let me down. So there's our standard. We'll let that expire so we get the full effect here. It's coming. Are you ready? We were doing 25-38, same on the explosion. The ink blob was doing 10 to 15. And now I'm hoping we have all that, possibly more, and of course, the giant ink monster.
Yeah!
30. Awesome. Okay, so let's assess the basics here. I like that sound effect. I'm not seeing an explosion anymore. I see 30 with
Yeah!
nothing else. I think she's regressing. Alright, so Shades of Pain is, the cool thing is it takes the damage up to 30 to 45 impact. There seems to be no explosion. And now instead of having the ink blob, which was doing 10 to 15, you know, 11 times, 5 times, now we get... He only did 5 that time. Just getting worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 to 23. 5 times. That's Okay, so my hope is that the 15 to 23 is an increase in damage for the ink blob, right? And then that the monster was just not registering his mega damage. And he'll only register that on an enemy.
Hey there, soldier! You do your training today.
Okay. So there, one of them was getting attacked. The other guy is just kind of getting damage from him. Oh, the Grievel doesn't. See that guy taking the damage in the cloud? So really the monster does no increased damage. Oh. Slowness does come in handy. I gotta say,
The battle circle is up.
I really wish that that initial 20 had increased to the 30, well, you know, at all times. This is just my spam attack. Right? Just 90 seconds. If you hold it down, monster. It does 5, maybe 6. Let's try and count. I think 5. Okay, so let's be frank here. Shades of Pain does 30 to 45 on impact. There's no trace of an exploding. The ink monster appears and he does 15 to 23 5 times. The ink blob can do damage, but you know, in addition to that, it's not a guarantee. You know, it kind of depends what you're facing. So we'll go mono-y-mono us versus like a Shadow Knight type enemy. So we're gonna do 30. And then we're going to have 15x5 is 75. 30 and 75 is 105. Okay, so Shades of Pain is going to score. I'm going to add this in here. In square brackets, we've never done this before. 105, and then if we go all critical, 23 times 5, that would be 115, right? 23, 46, 69, 92, yeah, 115 plus 45, so 160. 105 to 160 is our cumulative damage on Shades of Pain. We're getting super nerdy here, and for good reason. Canvas the area is 25 to 38 on impact, 25 to 38 explode. Ink blob, 10 to 15, 5 times. Okay, so 25 plus 25 is 50, 10 times 5 is 50. 25 plus 25 is 50, and 50, so that's 100. And on the critical side, 38 and 38 is 76. 15 times 5 is 75. 76 and 75 is going to be 151. Okay, so the difference between these two, Canvas the Area clocks in at 100 to 151. Shades of Pain, despite having the ink monster, which does look really cool, is plus 5 standard, plus 9 critical. 100 versus 105, 151 versus 160. Here's the kicker though. Are you ready for this? Are you sitting down? I hope you are. Don't drink anything. Wet Paint, the first upgrade down, Prolific Painter. 25 to 38 with 25 to 38 explosion, which again, that's just like Canvas the Area. And then the ink blob comes, and it was a smaller area, but not much smaller, and it did 10 to 15, 11 times, okay? So 10 times 11 is 110. plus 50 is 160. Did you catch that? Do you remember the previous numbers we talked about? Now, 15 times 11, that's going to be 165, right? 165 plus 76 is going to be, what did I say? 165 plus 76. So 160 and 70 is 240. 6 and 5 is 11, so 241, is that right? What do you think about that? 38 and 38 is 76, plus 165. 230. Yeah, 241 I think is right. Let's talk about that. Wet paint, the first upgrade that you get. 160 to 241 cumulative damage. Next upgrade, canvas the area. Does it go up to 180? No. You go down to 100. 100 to 151. The critical side of canvas the area, okay, is less than the standard attack damage from wet paint. Shades of paint, 105 to 160. 160, the critical side of shades of paint, that's equal to the standard side on wet paint. I don't know, you know, I don't design the upgrades, I just document them, and I do the research here. And that's whack. I haven't used whack in a while, but I'm using it now. It's disappointing, man. I was so excited. And it was. Now, I will tell you again, while he's doing the 15 to 23 here, you can conceivably have an enemy over here taking 15 to 23. However, would that not aptly apply to wet paint? You know? Like if I have wet paint sitting here, you know, damaging this guy 10 to 15, 11 times, I assume we'd have a Chompy stand right here, and he would also take 10 to 15, or a Greeble stand here that takes 10 to 15. I've not been able to get all three of the Greebles to line up inside a area, you know, to see if we could get, you know, 3 instances of the 5.
Just pull that lever to get started with your training.
Let's see if we can get them all over here. Where's the third guy? It's always the third guy. Really need the third guy.
Yeah!
We got these two big now. The third guy just won't get screwed. Look at me. So, you know, this would have to be something where I would have to reset her, and then we would have to come in and just not take canvas the area and shades of paint. But I think wet paint alone is probably the way to do this. It'll save you time and money. You can use her cash that's left over to buy hats or sky stones or whatever you want to do. But, it's interesting. It's very interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to say there. Again, it would really come down to how many enemies fit in this increased radius here. And obviously the monster's cool, and he's going to do the 15 to 23 5 times. But can you fit 5 enemies in there and they take 15 apiece each? One hitting from the monster, and then, you know, the cloud does 4 the blob? I don't know. And wet paint is just the first upgrade. It seems like it's better than
Boomsticks!
number 2 and 3. You know? So that is interesting stuff. And I don't know what to tell you. I'll pass that. So that said, we spent a lot of time on this one, so I should probably, and to get these edited and uploaded, it's almost 3 in the morning. I'm going to play some Animal Crossing, or Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, or Link to the Past. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just fall asleep. That's probably what I ought to do. But anyway, this was interesting. The main thing that we picked up, let's confirm it.
Any place that you go, I can reach and bring you the magical upgrades.
Money back, and I will buy wet paint and nothing else, essentially. So we're gonna switch upgrades. Abstract. Oh yeah, we got it. So now what we're gonna do is switch back. Yes, this is awesome. That's great. That totally makes up for it. Just this one time though. But really, man, it comes down to whichever you prefer personally, secondary or tertiary. Factor in the monsters. However, if you take... I wonder what the monster would do if we didn't buy canvas the area. Like, he didn't rattle off 10 hits, I wouldn't assume so. So keep that in mind. It's something you might want to play with. If you test it out and you find anything different, or you can confirm how many enemies fit in the cloud or something along those lines, feel free to leave a comment, post up on the Skylander platform, something along those lines. But I hope you learned something. More importantly, I hope you enjoyed it. I guess it's important to enjoy and learn. That's kind of the point of Skylanders research. We provide educational material for portal masters to make the best decisions with their Skylanders. And also, hopefully you enjoy the video. So leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Which path you took for Splat and why? Which one you prefer and why? And do you have Skylander Tutor yet? Are you happy with that? If you don't have it, I recommend you get on it with level 74 because it's cool. So, and it'll save you a lot of money in the long run. So, that said, and I love that you can switch on the fly. We could conceivably go into chapter 29, find Persephone, and I can say, screw prolific painter, we're going to take abstract tonight, or just switch on the fly, which is super cool. Nonetheless, thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Until next time, stick with wet paints, don't take anything past that. Have some fun with Splat, and I will catch you back here.